Hey, I am Alden, and I am here with you just around the time of the full moon. It just peaked a little bit ago, and 12:12, yeah, Eastern time on the 12th of the 12th month of the year, the last full moon of the decade. So, of the 2000 teens. I don't know, like what do you call this decade? The 2010s. Yeah. Anyway, it is coming to a close, and it's been quite a decade, I would say, for myself. Um, yeah, like I'm almost 35, so I guess like 25 to 35, basically. So some really good, substantial, foundational years for myself spent in this decade. Yeah, wearing the clothes of the decade, going experiencing all the things. So it's fun to think about. But anyway, I wanted to do a card reading with you guys for the full moon in Gemini. So the moon's in Gemini, the sun is in Sagittarius. Gemini is all about communication and, it's the twins. So there can be a sense of duality if there's something that you need to heal that you feel is like opposing within or on the external too. But yeah, I mean, the truth is that everything is actually like one thing, right? Including you and your twin flame. So same thing there. The twins, Gemini, communication. Yeah, it's really juicy stuff. Like really going into those places where you just weren't really seeing and feeling, not even correctly, but like all the way, because it wasn't really, where you were focused, but like you weren't looking, you know, to see what else was going on, and now you're more aware, and that feels really good. It feels good to be aware and to move forward from that place. And once you're aware, yeah, you do have more responsibility, and you can't go back to being unaware, but that's always a good thing. So if there's anything that doesn't feel good about that, it's really important to look at that and ask yourself what the upset is so you can heal it and move forward with the God-given knowledge that have with the truth. So more of the truth is always what I seek, and hope that you do too. So anyway, without further ado, let's shuffle some cards, because I actually have not shuffled them ahead of time. So this is the Eternal Crystals Oracle cards by Jade Sky. Thought I would pull a card from this deck first. So we'll go ahead and do that. Oh, the suspense. Okay, I think that's good. Cool. Unikite. Live in the present. Heart chakra. Okay, I can see this pretty decently. It's not glaring too bad. Just get it all nice and close, and hopefully focusing. Well, maybe not. Yeah. Well, there it goes. There. That's it. Yep. So that is so beautiful. Oh, and that really nice like olive green color. It's really soothing, I think, and such a soothing message too. Live in the present. I mean, it's pretty clear, direct message uh, about how to really love and how to communicate, and it's always in the present, right? We're always moving forward from where we're at, and not seeing the past as the present. And this is a really important message for you and your twin flame and your union together as well, because if you're seeing your twin flame in the past somehow, then you're not really connecting with them right now for who they are, and you're not really appreciating who they have come to be. And so how can you expect that they would see you, fully in the now if you can't see them? And so if you're aware of that, then great. Then all you have to do is just heal through that. Do the mirror exercise, love yourself, all the basic things that sound easy because they are easy. It's just all the resistance that you have to doing it might feel hard if you're giving power essentially to that resistance or control instead of to the truth. So you can choose to surrender it and move through your upsets to seeing your twin flame as they are now, and to seeing and loving and embracing yourself as you are now, and your relationship with the divine as it is now, and with everyone as you relate to them now, not in the past. And so it's safe to take a fresh approach and to take one step forward right from here, right from where you're at. And that should feel good. So let's have another crystal card. That feels good to me. Rutilated quartz. Home. Kind of took me a while to say home there. Yeah. So very nice. Rutilated quartz is so pretty. I mean, I don't know, like most crystals are very pretty. I guess I could say that about any of them. But I really love rutilated quartz. Yeah, number 36 too. So I feel like there's a lot about communication in there. And what comes up for me with this crystal card is communicating from the place of being at home in your heart. So not communicating from a place of trying to connect in an inauthentic way, or just like a reinstatement of boundaries, but without even having to boom, place a boundary, but more like just like, hey, this is me and I'm communicating with you, and therefore having a relationship with you, and that's what's going on here. So like it's really clean and clear, and that really helps to redirect your energy to just for you to not be leaking your energy. And I feel like there's something else here about home, and I guess it's also about foundation, and how communicating is really essential to your foundation. Like you're not gonna really feel at home in this world and where you are if you're not feeling able to properly communicate. And with communication from the divine, this is also then an invitation to get creative. And your home space, I mean, quite literally, is a very creative space. It's somewhere where you create a lot. I mean, even if it's somewhere where you only sleep because you work far away and you commute and you work long hours to, make your salary, whatever, let's say, well, then you're still like dreaming, at home. You're doing like a lot of creative work from this place, both energetically and internally, and also like literally. So it's important to appreciate how important that process is, that thing about you, that creative force. It's actually really essential. So yeah, that's what I get from that card. And we'll do one more card from here, and it is Zenkite. I'm not sure how to pronounce this stone. But I really love it. I have some of it, and it's really fun to just look at. Wow, it's like so bright in the camera, and I mean the picture of it's pretty bright too. It can be more on the like white side and not so red. So I've seen like different kinds of it, but number 44. So wow, like another. I feel like a lot of foundation here. And then like very twin flamey at the same time. Very much this crystal is very much about creative energy. Here it says physical body, root chakra. Well, part of being in the physical, which is not apart from any other realm or dimension or all that, is again like about really creating and having that driving force within you. That comes from the divine, and so just like positioning yourself so that you may receive in order to give, and vice versa, give in order to receive, and like allowing that process to take place and not hold back because you think you should, when you actually want to give more and receive more. And yeah, like I guess Zincite, say, is like a very it's just like a very high energy, like energetic, amped up a little bit, if you will, but also in a really gentle and like cleansing kind of way. That's what I find with it. And it's not something maybe like this, the energy of this crystal maybe is not something you would want around you like nonstop necessarily. But it really helps that kind of energy run through you. Yeah. And yeah, so I don't know, I just think it's really cool that this is number 44 now that I look at it too. Like the four corners of home, and like how your home and your twin flames home and their heart are one with yours. And so like building a foundation together by letting that kind of energy run through you and them. So cool. I also wanted to pull chakra cards. So that's this deck here. This is the guidebook, but it's what the deck is as well. Yeah, so you can see chakra reading cards by Rochelle Charman. And I always love these to help me see what like is helpful to pay attention to, or like even what parts of your body maybe are calling for attention sometimes too. You can look at the chakras that way. But of course, there's always like a deeper meaning, right? That's just like how something might manifest. But anyway, listening, number 24. Ooh, this is such a nice reminder. I love this card. It definitely makes me feel like I'm listening to music. It's really cool visual how they like captured that. But yeah, I mean, this communicating, just like giving is about receiving, while communicating is also about listening. So listening is really important right now, and the full moon is a very opening energy, and so it's a really good reminder to be open to listening more closely. And I noticed this about myself sometimes, like I think I didn't catch something because I'm trying to like analyze it, or I guess wrap my mind around it. But when I just sort of stopped doing that, and I recognized that I was hearing the other person, or I was reading the thing, then suddenly like something will switch, and I am able to feel into what I actually did receive from that exchange. Um, and so it's really nice to just recognize that about yourself, what a cool process listening is. Um, just like, receiving, I guess, communication from another. And that feels complete to me. Yeah. It's also, well, I guess it's not complete. It's also your throat chakra, so it's interesting to look at it that way too. How like listening and talking can really help to like just clear that energy and revitalize it. 11, inspiration. Very nice. So, yeah, sacral chakra, very creative. Number 11, nice twin flamey card. Very beautiful. Sunset on the water. I guess it's on the water. Looks like it's a reflection. But yeah, it's very pretty, and it's a good reminder, again, of that creative force, and to allow yourself to be inspired. And if something feels uncomfortable, don't resist it just because it feels uncomfortable. If you feel in your heart that it's bringing in like the next level or something new, or like that new awareness I was talking about earlier, when you get to like shift focus on what you were paying attention to, well, yeah, same thing again. So it's safe to be inspired, and also to seek out new kinds of inspiration too, whether it's like a subtle way of seeking out something new, or I don't know, going somewhere you've never been, or just looking at different kinds of images on the internet, um, or doing your morning routine just a little bit differently than you've ever done it before. I mean, it can be anything that can actually inspire you, but just doing something that feels new and fresh is always going to inspire growth and expansion, when it is really coming from a genuine and authentic place to move in that new and fresh direction. And another card, ooh, communication, number 21. Pretty clear what this has to do with. And it's a nice complement to the listening card. And yeah, so this is really a good time to clear blocks to communication wherever you are on your twin flame journey. There's always more clearing to do. So don't worry, like if you're not talking to your twin flame or something, you're not like in a separate place from other people who are talking to their twin flame. You're just working through your own blocks, or maybe you don't know your twin flame yet. Doesn't mean you aren't communicating with them. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. Like, you're always communicating with yourself, with God. You're always communicating with God first. God's communicating through you, with you. Like, everything in your heart is like, that's of God truly. So yeah, and so you're always communicating with your twin flame, because your twin flame and you are always at home in that place in your heart where you hold that vibration of harmonious, perfect union. Yeah, harmonious union. It's perfect. And just like purifying that vibration, really, and aligning to it. That's all that really needs to happen. And of course, like, it always involves you doing things too. Like, I mean, you're not just gonna sit around all day and like meditate or even do the mirror exercise forever. And it's just unlikely that God is gonna call you to just do that and that only, right? So in loving yourself, then you're going to be given the next step somehow in what to actually do to communicate or receive communication and listen. And that's like in other areas of life too, like your life purpose especially. You're gonna take action. You're gonna create abundance. You're gonna let God give to you what it is that your heart desires to receive. But you must take action when you're called to as well. That's also a huge part of self-love, is like answering the call and just moving forward with love. Like, it doesn't have to be some crazy thing, and sometimes it is, but like it can be just something very small and simple, and sometimes it just takes a little bit of a shift too, or a nudge, and there's gonna always be like the right opportunity there for you to learn, if there's something for you to learn, and make a new choice if you need to make a new choice. You don't really need to worry. All you really do need to do is love yourself and make the choice to keep moving forward in the direction of what you do desire. And so in recognizing that you desire to be with your twin flame in harmonious union, then that's really it. Then you just take everything one step at a time. And that feels pretty complete to me. So I hope that you enjoyed this card reading for the Gemini full moon, the long nights. I think it's the long nights full moon, something like that, also known as the cold moon. I mean, it makes sense. It's like the winter solstice, basically, very soon. So yeah. Anyway, I hope that you take care and enjoy like the open, expansive feeling of the full moon, or whenever it is that you are getting to view this video. And I will see you next time. All right, bye.